In this video, you'll actually see a science formula, but we are going to manipulate this science formula to find R. So first thing you need to do is be aware of what the restrictions would be to make sure the solution is actually defined and non-imaginary, which means we don't want negatives underneath the radical. We also don't want ever to have a zero in the denominator. So in order to make that happen, F would be restricted to being greater than 0, and R would be greater than or equal to 0. The next thing you'll do is, I'll go back to the math problem. Pull it back up. There we go. Sorry about that. And the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that square root. So the opposite of a square root is a square. So I will actually square both sides of my problem. When I do that, that'll allow me to cancel the radical. And I will be left with just what was inside underneath that radical, 2 pi squared r all over f equals the t squared. The next thing I'm going to do is get rid of that fraction. I don't really like that fraction very much, so I'm going to get rid of it by multiplying both sides by f, whatever's in the denominator. And I will be left with t squared f equals the 2 pi squared r. And since all I'm left with is a fraction now, a product on the right side of 2 pi squared r, I can actually just get rid of the 2 pi squared by doing the opposite of multiplication, which is division, and divide by that. And I do divide by 2 pi squared on the left side as well. And when I do that, I will be left with t squared f all over 2 pi squared is equal to the r. But we have to remember it was restricted such that f has to be greater than 0 and r has to be greater than or equal to 0.